This iconic challenge rookie doesn't need a pot-stirring veteran to dominate the game. Have you ever watched someone drag down a legend and not even realize it? Or worse, have you ever seen a legend drag themselves down because they just couldn't help but stir the pot? Because what happened in the Challenge Season 41 premiere isn't just shocking, it's a textbook case of how power, pride, and attraction can wreck a perfect game. And here's the forbidden truth: Dee Valadares was never supposed to be Johnny Banana's partner. And yet here we are. I've watched the challenge for years. I've seen betrayals, showmances, strategy bombs, eliminations that defy logic, but nothing, and I mean nothing, has made me grip the edge of my seat like this premiere. Because this time, it's not just about who wins. It's about who survives being partnered with Johnny Bananas. You don't climb a mountain by dragging a boulder behind you. So, why did Dee, a calculating, patient, and quietly dangerous player, get chained to the one man who thrives on chaos? Why did she get saddled with a veteran who treats alliances like speed dating and elimination rounds like TikTok drama? The answer: ego, chemistry, and a challenge twist that was never supposed to happen. But before we unpack the secrets Johnny doesn't want you to know, let me ask you this. What would you do if your entire game plan was ruined in the first 20 minutes by a man flirting with you on national television? Would you fold? Would you fight back? Or would you smile, nod, and quietly plan his downfall? Dee Valadares chose the most dangerous option of them all: silence. And trust me, that silence was not weakness. It was strategy sharpened like a dagger behind her back. Now if you're new here, listen up. Because the Breakdown Epic family doesn't just watch these shows, we unravel them. We expose the pressure points, the manipulation, and the behind-the-scenes deals that never make it to screen. So if you love peeling back the layers of reality TV, like it's a thriller novel wrapped in glitter and confessionals, you need to hit that subscribe button. Not just for you, but so the truth never gets buried beneath a top 10 moments montage. Alright, let's break this down. The Challenge 41 cast was stacked. 16 brand new players, labeled new threats, paired with icons of the game: CT, Derek, and of course Johnny Bananas. The twist: these new threats weren't just cannon fodder. They were champions from other shows, players who knew how to win. Dee wasn't some rookie off the street. She won Survivor. She played long, smart, and cold. She manipulated without burning bridges. She is, quite frankly, the kind of player Johnny should have feared. Instead, he tried to flirt with her. Let that sink in. During the premiere's launch special, Dee outright said she didn't want to be paired with Bananas. But Johnny, he ignored every red flag like it was his job, and maybe it is. After all, his job isn't to win. It's to create chaos, to stir the pot, to turn solid partnerships into reality TV soup. Do you have a boyfriend? He asked on day one. That's not strategy. That's foreshadowing. Here's where it gets juicy. Johnny picked Dee because of her looks and her social game, and he admitted it. In front of the cameras. The man is a 7-time winner, and his first move was a showmance. But Dee was playing 4D chess from the moment he opened his mouth. She let him choose her. She let him think he had the upper hand, and when they won the first challenge together, Dee didn't brag. She didn't celebrate. She let Johnny think he was in control, even when they had the power to save a team from elimination. Now here's where the forbidden knowledge kicks in. Johnny wanted to save Theo and Izzy. Dee didn't agree, but she didn't argue. She let him announce it. She let TJ call her out, and when she gave a neutral diplomatic answer, it backfired. Because that's the trap. In the challenge, neutrality isn't safe, it's suspicious. By trying not to make waves, Dee got dragged into Johnny's tide, and the rest of the cast, they noticed. Let me pause and ask you this: if you were Dee, would you A, tell Bananas to back off and play your game? B, pretend to agree and quietly plot his elimination? C, lean into the showmance to use him for protection? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Because I've watched every season, and Dee just might be the first rookie smart enough to make option D work. Let the veteran sink his own ship, and ride the wreckage to the final. Also, do you remember when we broke down how Wiz used Jordan as a distraction in season 36? Yeah, Dee's doing that, but colder. She's not throwing Bananas under the bus. She's letting him drive it straight into a minefield. And listen, I'll admit something here. If I was paired with Johnny Bananas, I'd probably fake a twisted ankle just to get out of it. Like, oh no, I tripped on your ego. But Dee, she's letting the man self-destruct? And it's brilliant. Remember what I said earlier. You don't climb a mountain by dragging a boulder behind you. Well, Dee's no mountain climber. She's a glacier. Silent, slow, and guaranteed to break everything in her path. And just when Johnny thought he'd found a partner to protect him, boom, TJ dropped the twist. New partners, new game, new targets, and Dee didn't flinch. She just smiled, because that twist, it was her ticket to escape. She didn't have to vote Johnny out. She didn't have to betray him. The game did it for her. So, let's talk about what happened after that twist. Because when TJ dropped the bomb that partnerships would be shuffled, Johnny Bananas may have smiled for the camera, but behind his eyes, panic. Dee, on the other hand, didn't celebrate. She didn't cheer. She didn't even breathe differently. Because this exact moment was what she'd been waiting for: a chance to reset, a clean slate, a way to finally ditch the anchor dragging her game to the bottom of the ocean. The truth is, some players compete to win, others compete to be remembered. But Dee, she competes to survive, and survival doesn't mean alliances. It means adaptability. It means invisibility at the right moments. It means smiling while the veterans set themselves on fire for screen time. And let's not pretend Johnny didn't light that match himself. He picked a partner based on chemistry, not strategy. He made moves based on ego, not numbers. And worst of all, he expected Dee to play his game, not hers. But now, Dee's been given the gift of freedom. And what she does next could break the entire format of the Challenge 41. Because here's the secret everyone's ignoring: Dee doesn't need a vet to validate her. She doesn't need a shield. She is the weapon. So here's where things get really messy. After the elimination match where Rogan was sent packing, the cast thought they could relax, but TJ never lets them breathe that long. New partners, he said. Simple, direct, brutal. Suddenly all the alliances, the trust, the deals made in whispers in bathrooms, gone. Everyone had to reshuffle. And the vets, they panicked. But Dee, she just watched. She didn't beg. She didn't scramble. She let the numbers shift around her like a storm breaking around a lighthouse. And when the pairings were revealed, Dee landed with a new partner who, get this, actually listens. A player who's not there for clout or confessionals. Someone who's watching the game unfold from the shadows, just like she is. That new duo, they're already more dangerous than Bananas ever was. And Bananas, oh, he's spiraling. He doesn't have Dee to balance his recklessness anymore. No one to absorb the heat from his pot, stirring. No one to clean up after his moves. And without that buffer, the target on his back is glowing. Now, here's a forbidden angle you won't hear on other channels. What if Dee isn't just escaping Bananas a shadow? What if she's building her own empire? She's got connections now. She has one elimination win by proxy. She's proven she can stay cool under pressure and not crack, even when her partner throws her under the bus on live TV. And let's be honest, what's more dangerous in the challenge than a woman underestimated by every vet in the house? Dee's got survivor instincts, a new partner who isn't on a testosterone ego trip, and, most importantly, nothing to lose. And if you've been around this channel long enough, you know we've seen this before. Remember Challenge Total Madness? Remember how Casey played silent for half the season, then turned into a beast in the back half? We might be watching the same story unfold, except this time, Dee's got more fire in her than any rookie I've seen in years. Okay, pause. Let's settle this right now. Who's playing the better long game? Dee or Bananas? Type Dee Dominatis if you think she's going all the way without the veteran baggage. Or type Bananas Balesh if you think he's somehow gonna turn this around. And hey, I want your takes. Seriously, scroll down and let it out. Because if there's one thing the challenge does better than any show on earth, it's flip the narrative on you in an instant. So who's flipping who? Because here's a wild theory. What if Johnny wanted Dee to turn on him? What if his plan all along was to throw off the scent, absorb the early heat, and then come back with a redemption arc so strong that everyone forgets the premiere? It's possible. But I'm not buying it. Because when you make chaos your strategy, eventually, chaos stops listening. Prediction time. Here's what happens next. Let me put this on record. Breakdown epic style. Dee's gonna slide into a mid-season sweet spot. Not too loud. Not too invisible. She'll forge a second alliance that insulates her from eliminations. Bananas will self-destruct before episode 6, either by blowing up an alliance or sabotaging himself in a challenge. His paranoia, already kicking in. The real threat. Dee's new partner is going to become the social sniper of the season, and together, they're going to execute a quiet takedown of 2D3 vets without ever touching the elimination floor. Mark my words, if Dee keeps her cool, she could be the first rookie to reverse engineer a vet's downfall and survive every blowback. And honestly, I'd love to see it, because we've seen male vets dominate this franchise for 20+ seasons. We've seen showmance's betrayal arcs, legends, returning to prove themselves. But this is something fresh. A rookie who plays like an old-school assassin, without needing anyone to guide her hand. I'm tired of seeing the same vets rinse and repeat the same tactics, same alliances, same lines, same smirks to the camera. But Dee, she walked in with a plan, and never once raised her voice. And that kind of danger is way more terrifying than a guy yelling, "I'm back, baby," before getting eliminated by episode 4. Also, can we talk about how Bananas literally tried to flirt his way into power? Bro, it's 2025. Read the room. Long-time breakdown epic viewers. Remember when we did that episode on the rookie mistake curse? The one where every rookie either trusts the wrong vet, goes into elimination too early, or plays way too loud. Dee just dodged all 3. And that's rare. Like top 5% player IQ rare. She's rewriting the rookie script in real time. And we're here for it. The challenge season 41 isn't about rookies vs vets. It's about what happens when the rookies stop being rookies and start rewriting the rules. Johnny thought he picked a safe rookie. He thought he had a shield. He thought he could flirt his way to the final again. But what he didn't realize, he picked a player who doesn't just survive. She adapts, she waits, she wins. And if Dee plays her cards right, we might be looking at the biggest upset this franchise has ever seen. So keep your eyes on her. Because while the rest of the house fights for airtime, she's building something quiet and deadly. If you made it this far, then you're not just watching, you're strategizing. So let's make a deal. Subscribe to Breakdown Epic now, and you'll never miss the forbidden truths that the edits won't show you. Because while the rest of the internet is reacting to trailers, we're breaking the game down, move by move. Hit that bell. Drop your theories. Roast Bananas in the comments. Or better yet, tell me how you'd play this season if you had D's brain and Banana's baggage. Let's see who really deserves the crown.